your name and where are you from?
Yeah, hi, I'm Rene van Tilburg and I'm with FAR. So today we're just going to talk about disrupted pattern on this popcorn cob. So if I count the number of rounds here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, hard to see, but there's 20 around the base, and I've already counted around here, and I can tell you that there's 16. And the disruption occurs around about this point here on the cob. And that disruption is associated with something happening, some physiological event happening at around about the V6 stage. So the question is there yield loss? Can't answer that question. There is some thought that the remaining kernels will compensate via increased seed size, but we don't know that for sure.
So in terms of some questions for us to still answer is whether there's things we can do at a grower level, at 6 to impact that?
Yeah, most certainly. Never fails to amaze me how many unanswered questions there still are in biology.
And I guess from a human input perspective is whether that's something we can do, and whether nature then responds, as you said, by giving us more of a response. But good to understand what the implications are.
Yeah, certainly. And I think quite often when you understand the underlying mechanisms, there are often things that you can do to fix these problems. But yeah, you need to understand it at a deeper level in order to mitigate that problem.
What's the one question you would like to answer here then, Rene?
So my first question would be to understand at exactly what growth stage this is happening. Because if you know the growth stage, then you can relate that to some physiological input. So it might be weather, it might be nutritional, but if we know the growth stage, then we're more likely to understand or identify the exact cause. It's all action here today.
So say that again. What would you like to understand?
So what I would really like to understand is the timing that the exact timing that this occurs. So we think it's around about V6,
yes.
But if we can identify the exact time that this occurs, then we're more likely to be able to point to the underlying mechanism. So it could be a weather event, or it could be nutritional.